Anyone who has ever attended a VidCon, or who has just paid a lot of attention to their favorite vlogs and photos from VidCon, likely remembers the required wristbands. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, in addition to wearing your lanyards with your pass on it, all attendees were also required to wear a little fabric wristband for the duration of the convention. The wristbands were color-coded depending on your pass level, and had a little plastic bit that you would scan to get in and out of the convention every single day, as a way of keeping track of how many people entered and left. If you had the creator or industry track and lived in the United States, you would receive the bracelet with your pass in the mail approximately a week prior to VidCon. If you bought a community pass, or if you lived outside of the United States, you would pick up your wristband on the registration day. Like I said, the wristbands are fabric, and the two ends are held together with this little plastic tube contraption. The wristbands came loose, so to put them on, you'd put it around your wrist and pull both ends of the string through the tube to tighten it to your wrist size. The catch is that once you tighten it, it cannot be loosened, and you have to wear it until all of VidCon is over. This means while in Anaheim for the convention, attendees had to eat, sleep, and shower with their wristbands on, which many people found uncomfortable. Myself, as well as several people I know, also made their wristbands a little bit too tight, so they were not the most pleasant thing to wear. And most people removed them as soon as the convention ended. But me, on the other hand, well, I'm actually still wearing mine. That's right, it's been an entire year, and I'm still wearing this stupid little bracelet. I had made my wristband a bit too tight, and I generally don't like wearing bracelets or anything around the wrist, so I hated wearing this thing. When I think about my first few days of wearing this wristband, one instance in particular comes to mind. I believe it was the second day of VidCon, and I was standing in line for a food truck with my friend Andy. I was fiddling with my wristband in a fruitless attempt to loosen it, though I knew it to be infeasible. I cannot wait to take this thing off my wrist.
I wasn't really thinking, and when the VidCon bracelet came in the mail, I put it on right away, only to realize I couldn't take it off.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do when VidCon is over. But alas, 'twas not the first thing I did when the convention came to an end. On the last day of VidCon, after a sorrowful parting with my friends, we returned to the hotel, and the first thing my mom asked me was if I wanted her to remove my wristband. Nah, I think I'll just keep it on till we get home. But the next day when we were back home, I still didn't want to remove it. I decided I'd keep it for another week. Then till the end of July. Then till the end of the summer. And eventually, I started high school with the wristband still on. I thought about taking it off for Halloween, then for New Year's. I actually thought about adding it to my character, but I didn't know when I'd be taking it off, so I didn't want to do that. After New Year's passed, I decided it would be super cool and funny if I were to go to VidCon 2020 with this thing still on my wrist, and then have a friend take it off there. That was final. That was the plan. That is what I was going to do. Or so I thought. VidCon 2020 was supposed to be my last VidCon, but as everyone knows, that never happened. The band is still in fairly good condition, even though the plastic bit fell off. I put it on fairly tight to begin with, and one day I was sitting in class with my arms folded on my desk, and I made the mistake of moving my right arm before my left as I went to get up. This made it so my left arm was on top of my right hand, and thus my wristband. So when I pulled my arm away, the band tightened further, to the point where it was as tight as it could get around my wrist. Eventually, I had to cut the strings at the end because they were getting in food and stuff, but nevertheless, it's still in pretty good condition. Whenever I tweet about or mention to friends that I'm still wearing the wristband, there are 3 main questions I get asked, so I figured I would address them here as many of the viewers may also be wondering these same things. Is it itchy or uncomfortable? Yes. Does it smell bad? I bet it's gross. Nope, I wash it every time I shower or wash my hands or my wrist for any reason. I make sure to scrub it just like I would with my hair so it stays nice and clean. It smells like a variety of old soaps. Isn't your hand blue from the lack of blood? Don't you have a tan line there now? Nah, it's tight, but not that tight. I didn't used to go outside, but since I recently started taking online PE, and it's been over 90 degrees out every day, I have started to get a little tan. As much fun as it's been to wear a tight, unmovable, itchy fabric bracelet with a huge piece of hard plastic that hurts my wrist when I set it down for 12 months, all good things must come to an end. And since I can't take it off at VidCon 2020, I figured I'd provide it with the same fate as Shakespeare, and let it die on its birthday. We are gathered here today on July 11th, 2020 to celebrate the life of the purple VidCon bracelet. My name is Julie of the Arts, and I would like to thank you all for attending this funeral. Though we do not know exactly when the purple wristband was born, I remember the very first night it came into our lives. We had received it in the mail one midsummer night, and set it on top the counter where it lay in all its beauty for little but a fortnight. I watched it with glistening eyes as I could not wait to wrap it around my wrist and attend VidCon. I have none but the fondest memories of VidCon, during which were the first few days of my wearing this wristband. Even after our return to Florida, the band stayed set upon my wrist, and after a week passed, the band went on to outlive its fellow brethren. I kept the band on during my starting of high school, and went on to wear it to not one, not two, but 3 theme parks on 3 separate occasions. It is due to this that I am able to say that while the bracelet quite literally had its ups and downs, both in life and on roller coasters, that overall, it had a good life. Yes, it made drawing more difficult. Yes, it got in the way of sleeves and smudge guards and sleeping and swimming. And yes, it was harder to rest my wrist in whilst I wrote, and generally was a minor nuisance throughout day-to-day life. But all in all, I'd say it lived a good life. One that we are here to honor today, a year after I first put it on. May you rest in peace. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. I know this was kind of a silly topic to make a video on, but I wanted to, so I did. As I said many times in the video, I wore the wristband non-stop for an entire year without taking it off one single time. So when I finally did take it off, I decided that I wanted to have a way to put it on and off like any other piece of jewelry. So as you saw towards the end of the video, I attached a little clip to it, and it now can come on and off whenever I want it to. However, I won't be wearing it non-stop like I did before. On another note, last month we did not 1, but 2 contests on my Discord server. One of them was to create an animated icon for the server, and the other one was to design a Pokemon. Now, I'm not going to be showing the entries in this end card like I do with some contests, but I would like to announce the winners. For the animated icon contest, in first place we have Holly the Nugget, and in second place we have Salty Scythe. And for the Pokemon contest, we have Indigo in first place and Snowy Studios in second. So congratulations to the winners, and thank you so much to everyone who submitted an entry for the contest. We do contests all the time, so if you'd like to join any of those, just click on the link in the description to join my Discord server. Also, I had been uploading back in May every single week, and then during the summer when I was making longer videos, I'd been trying to upload at the end or beginning of every month, uploading about every 20 to 30 days. However, I'm going to be taking a very, very short break from making videos. Don't worry, it won't be long. I'm just going to take a 1-week break just to kind of prepare for school a little bit more, and also I want to practice some traditional art, so you guys probably won't notice a big difference, but instead of making a video in 4 to 5 weeks, it will now take 5 to 6, just because I won't be working on a video next week. But that's okay. Expect a video maybe in either late August or early mid-September, so it won't be too long. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed in this video, but I changed up how I animated my character a little bit, trying to move the body with the arms, because I had some people mention that that might be a good idea to do, and I finally fixed the hair on the character so it doesn't just look like a big floofy ponytail, and you could actually tell what it's trying to do now. This has been a really long end card, but thank you guys all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!